I'm King of the North, and I sell my skins for a good price at bitskins.com.
Today we'll be taking a look at a rather unique round between Fnatic and G2 on Mirage. Fnatic run a split onto the B bomb site through market. One player goes top mid, 3 go underground, and 1 waits outside B with the bomb. Middle is taken control of at the start of the round with a smoke for window, top middle, and a molotov for connector. The rest of the round is then set in motion with KRIMZ's smoke for deep jungle. This allows Fnatic to boost 2 players up at window safely and move towards the murder hole. Flusha, who is the player sat outside B, throws his smoke to land at CT spawn, allowing them to move further towards market to split B. JW was able to get a kill onto Apex, who had already begun the rotate from CT spawn. KRIMZ and Lecro then regroup with Flusha to push B apartments to form the other side of the split. Unfortunately for Fnatic, the split wasn't timed together well enough, with MBK being able to kill the market push before the apartment players applied any pressure. He shuts the round down pretty much on his own, grabbing 3 kills, with Mixwell getting the last. Had this push been sped up a bit from the players at apartments, it would have most likely been successful. Once the CT spawn smoke blooms, it's pretty easy for the CTs to read that it will be a play towards B, and there's no reason to worry about being silent anymore. You can see from the map overview how disjointed this split was. The market push is already commencing and the trio at apartments are still at the back. Fnatic actually ran this strategy against FaZe before and it had success. Unfortunately, this wasn't down to the split working correctly. As you can see, the market push are all the way out onto the site and the apartment players are again way behind. Flusha and Lecro simply turned it into a shooting range, cleaning up the entirety of FaZe by themselves. I will say that in this example the apartments were smoked and that's why they were so delayed. I do think though that if you are running this strategy, the distraction from market should be enough to allow 3 players to flash push out of the smoke with a trade kill and actually make an attempt to form the split as a team. We'll be taking a closer look through the POVs of the game against G2 now. KRIMZ goes top middle to molotov connector and flash. It's very important to try and push back the G2 defense from middle in order for them to safely do the boost. Almost straight away, KRIMZ throws his deep jungle smoke and flashes connector for the players at underground to peek out. The deep jungle smoke is thrown as the players underground reach halfway. This is to ensure it's bloomed as they boost into window and they are instantly covered. He rotates back to B apartments and is aware of the potential of a flank. Nobody from Fnatic is holding the A side of the map on this strategy and they could easily be pushed from ramp or palace for information. Once he gets to B apartments, he waits for everyone to be ready. This is where they should be pushing B apps, but they end up going only when they realise the market push has been detected. As he is running out, you can see that the attention is now all on B apartments and he only manages to get a trade kill onto a low HP'd MBK before going down. Golden waits for the top mid smoke to be thrown before he does his jump throw smoke for window. He's part of the 3 players going underground and it's very important that they all shift walk as to not give information to any short players that there are 3 people underground. This could result in double pushes elsewhere on the map for fast flanks, or even worse, contention for middle control. When Golden and JW boost up, they need to be careful of anyone playing ladder room, as it's totally open as they sit around for the CT spawn smoke. When the CT spawn smoke lands, they go straight away and walk towards market. He takes a bunch of damage from Apex in the back and is instantly taken down by MBK. If we look back on the map overview, we can see that had the CT spawn smoke landed sooner, they would have beaten the rotation time of Apex and been able to safely hold market as the apartment push comes in. JW is part of the underground trio. As the first player out, he waits for KRIMZ's flash onto connector before getting boosted into window. JW holds market whilst he waits for the CT spawn smoke. Luckily he checks for anyone rotating CT and kills Apex before he can shut the round down. Because Golden dies straight away, he tries to drop back and hold the rotations from murder hole, but Mixwell is in position and ready. What could be a different variation of this strategy is if JW sometimes stays behind at the murder hole intentionally to stop rotations. This would force the CTs from A to go through either short or B apartments and burn more time off the bomb. In the original strategy, he has a full set of utilities still available, which would make his role that much easier. Flusha goes straight outside B apartments to line up his smoke for CT spawn. In order to find the marking on the floor, he has to shoot the plant pot out of the way. Once he's got the lineup, he holds B apartments until they are ready to go at market, and he throws the smoke. Flush's smoke takes 7 seconds to bloom, so if he threw that as they were being boosted into window, it would have allowed both JW and Golden to beat Apex's rotation time and speed up the strategy. As they push into B apartments, he throws one flush out the window and one towards Van. I feel like if they weren't so pressured for time, he'd have used his Molotov for Van as well. Lecro throws the top middle smoke and runs underground to boost JW and Golden. He walks back after he's done to B apartments to group for the push. This is where I think he could run back, as the CT spawn smoke will have already relayed Fnatic's plans, and as I've said before, they need to speed up the apartment side of the split. Lecro puts one flash out the window and goes down to MBK as the first man in. Again, I think his other utility would have been utilised if they weren't forced into such a rush. We'll take a look at the round now from G2's perspective. MBK is playing the B site solo, and you can see that as soon as the CT spawn smoke starts to land, he moves his focus totally to market. There's around a 3-second delay from when he kills Golden to when he can hear the B apartments push come in. He has time to position accordingly and takes down 2 more before falling. A player who is soloing B should never be given this much space when facing this strategy, and you can clearly see the floor timings from Fnatic when you watch it back. Mixwell plays towards window and lays down a bit of spam before being smoked off. You can see there's not much he can do on his own to prevent middle control, and he holds towards connector. As KRIMZ's smoke comes in for deep jungle, he still thinks it could be an A site play. He only looks towards window because both JW and Golden made a jumping sound as they went up. The CT spawn smoke is what Mixwell most likely called a rotation for, with Apex moving off. When Apex makes contact, the original jungle smoke has faded, and Mixwell pushes in to kill JW, and then KRIMZ to finish. Apex plays on A site and is very aware that middle is open and that Fnatic could burst through connector. Especially with the connector flash and jungle type smoke, it's easy for G2 to believe it's some sort of adapted A play. He stays at CT until Mixwell calls as a second smoke and that they could be moving to market. Apex uses the gap in the CT spawn smoke to look through, but turns at the wrong moment, missing Golden walk by. He does massive damage to both, but goes down to JW, who checks it. You might be wondering why the smoke has such a big gap on the left hand side. The smoke has to land at this height of the ramp in order to prevent anyone at CT spawn just looking over towards market. If the smoke landed further down, the gap would be gone, but any player at CT could get 2 easy kills and information. I tried myself to find a smoke that covers the entirety of the ramp that still lands high enough to block the CT spawn, but they all seem to trickle down to the bottom.